and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at some more embarrassing sex stories from TikTok because frankly it makes us all feel better about our sex lives and makes those embarrassing situations and experiences a little less embarrassing. But before we get into that, I'm going to need you guys to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, plus the notification bell to keep track of all of my videos coming out in the future. But with all that stuff being said and done and out the way, let's hear people's embarrassing sexual experiences.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
There's a few, actually. But the first time, literally the first time doing it, you know, we're doing it. At least I thought we were doing it. I was actually fucking her thigh fat for like 2 minutes. You know, I finally get in there, and my mom calls me upstairs. So I'm at the bottom of the stairs. I lived in the basement. I'm just trying to make this thing go down. So I'm just sitting at the bottom of the stairs like, dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies. It goes down. I go up the stairs. Shit you not, she literally asked where the fucking remote was. Tell you what, I never found that thing quicker, though. Go back downstairs. She had the bed made. It was done.
Oh, God, bro. Imagine getting cock-blocked by your mum. I mean, to be fair, if you've taken a girl down to the basement, surely your mum's being able to, you know what I mean? She'll be able to know what's going on, no? Or maybe she did it on purpose. Maybe she's like, that girl is not taking my boy's virginity. No, sir. That girl is the devil. The thing is as well, how much of a lazy slob do you need to be to call your son up from the basement just to find the fucking remote control? I think it's safe to say the most action that kid got that night was with his right hand and Pornhub.
So I want to preface this story by saying this happened before COVID, you know, get that out of the way, whatever. But anyway, so this happened a few years ago, right? This is with a guy that I was frequently seeing. And we haven't, like, spoken in, like, years, so I feel comfortable telling the story. So I come over to his house, we're Netflix and chilling, and we're chilling. And then, you know, we do the deed. So we've been in, like, Pound Town for, like, I kid you not, like, an hour. And I'm kind of at the point where I'm just like, I want to go. And then out of nowhere, my stomach starts hurting. I know now that I have IBS, but, you know, so I let out the loudest audible fart you've ever heard in your life. And without skipping a beat, he goes, "Oh yeah, talk to me." When I tell you that I wanted to douse myself in gasoline and run to the hills.
Oh my fucking hell. First of all, I need to know, I can usually tell, was that a guy or a girl? Because if it was a guy, there's only one hole that thing is going in, and if his IBS was playing up, he blew down the tube, if you know what I mean. And I mean, the fact his initial reaction was, "Oh yeah, baby, talk to me," this has clearly happened before, or he's got a fart kink. I mean, what the fuck is even a fart kink? What the fuck? Mate, I kid you not. If I have a funny smell during sex, puts me right off. My shit is floppy. It's flaccid for the rest of the night, man. I don't do smells during sex. But hey, he's very lucky that it was just a fart, because that shit could have been a lot fucking worse, let's be honest.
The bullet thing got stuck in the back door. I had to get down on all fours and poop it out. With his help.
Oh my god, she got a bullet stuck up her fucking ass. And then had to shit it out? What the fuck? Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just went in her ass and tried to, like, claw that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's in there. I can see it. I can hear it. Oh my god, how fucking embarrassing is that? I mean, why would you shove a bullet up your ass? That's crazy small. It's gonna get lodged up there or something. Bullets are not meant for your booty hole. They're meant for your bean. Nah, man, they need to start teaching this stuff in sexual education. It's getting dangerous.
I told myself I would take this story to my grave, but here we are. 18-year-old me invites a rich white boy I found on Tinder over to my house that I had never met before. Dumb. Very bad at life at that age. I was very dumb. He comes over. We're doing it. It's whatever. Not great. Not bad. He starts, you know. Then he starts screaming at the top of his lungs while he's, you know. And he grabs his leg. I was like, oh, he's having a Charlie horse. He's grabbing his leg, screaming. Then all of a sudden I start to smell something. I was like, what the fuck is that? I'm like looking around to make sure that my cat wasn't in the room and hadn't just used the litter box, because I was like, this smells like fucking shit. He literally looks up at me and he goes, I just shit myself. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, right here? Right now? And he's like, yeah, in your bed. And I was like,
oh my sweet Jesus. The guy is plowing this girl in doggy style and then shit himself in her bed. I'm so fucking done. There's no coming back. What do you even say to get out of that situation? I'll tell you right now, if he managed to carry on after that and just played it off, just cleaned it up, and then carried on, guy's a fucking trooper. That guy needs to be a lawyer, because he talks himself out of any situation. Or should I say, situation. Nah, seriously, she made a bunch of errors. You can't just invite someone over from Tinder. You gotta get to know them first. Make sure they don't have IBS. Or at least make sure you don't eat tacos before fucking, you know what I mean?
Oh god, is this my first content for the day? Is this really what I'm about to do? First thing I show people, first thing on Saturday. Alright, buckle up, kids. So I was with a young lady, and we were doing the deed. Now, she was one of those people who like to adorn her body with ornaments. And she was the type of young lady who preferred aggressive attention displayed to the ornaments. So while I was giving oral attentions to one of the ornaments, I was told more. Long story short, I almost choked on cold steel. Apparently my vigorous is a little too vigorous. You know how hard it is to get one of those ornaments off? Yeah, completely untwisted the bastard and almost died. But we were having a blast up to that point, but after my near-death experience, I said, you know what? Ain't for me. Be easy.
Did I understand that right? Was he choking on a bar or something, like a steel bar? I mean, I can't. I was about to try and justify what the fuck I just heard, but there's no justification for that shit. I mean, if she has to use ornaments when a guy is there, surely the guy's not doing it right? I'm sorry, I must be missing something. I'm really confused about what the fuck I've just heard. So, does she, like, getting fucked by metal objects and he had it in his mouth? Fuck it, man, let's move on.
It wasn't what happened during the deed, it was what happened after the deed was already done. So at the time, my living arrangements were very weird. My mom and I had to share a bedroom for a short period of time. But I wasn't gonna let that stop me from getting my deeds done. My boyfriend and I at the time thought it would be a really good idea to make a fort right before bed and to sleep in it to, get our deeds done. So that is exactly what we did, and we thought we were slick ricks and got away with it. Well, I woke up the next morning in excruciating pain, and so I went to the bathroom to see what was up. There was blood everywhere. And I needed medical attention, so I had to tell my mother what I had done the night before.
She thought she was being slick? Nope. Woke up in a pool of blood. You might as well say she got caught red-handed. It just goes to show, you need some privacy. You can't be sharing no bedroom with your mum. That's rookie mistake number one. The next, I find it's just better to be honest with your mum. Just say, look, guy's coming over. I'm going to need the bedroom. I promise I'll change the sheets after. Okay, maybe not. Maybe don't do it like that. But just, be honest, open and honest. Maybe not too open, but at least be honest.
He yelled Mortal Kombat, and the entire dorm screamed finish him.
Oh, my good lord. That was a fatality.
Girl, let me tell you. Oh, I got a story. A little context, because context matters. I was 17 and I had just started dating this guy. He was a little bit older than me, and he kind of looked like Jax Taylor from Sons of Anarchy. So we're doing our thing, we're, getting there. And 17-year-old me says, all right, I'm gonna take this up a notch. I'm about to rock this man's world. So I say to him, Say my name. That's right. Say my name. He hesitates, but he eventually says my name and we finish up our business, you know what I'm saying? Afterward, he looks at me, he says, "You know what my mom's name is?"
Oh my god, he finished his business screaming his mum's name. Oh, please let it be his stepmom. Nope. That's his actual mum. He came screaming his mum's name. That's insane. Sweet Jesus, please stop the world. I need to get off at this point.
Alright, children, go away for this one. The bed restraints came out, the blindfold and a few accoutrements also came out. We got a little kinky. There was also some wax play involved. I got a little bit too focused on her for a minute to remember to fully extinguish the candle and almost set the house on fire. On the plus side, I finally got new curtains.
Jesus Christ, this guy's got a full fucking sex arsenal. What the fuck? You walk into this guy's bedroom and flick the switch and the whole fucking wall turns round to just reveal all this fucking sexual sex swings and bondage gear and shit. This guy's a kinky bastard. Guy's got whips and chains and wax and fuck it. At least he got some new curtains out of it.
I do not know how to tell the short version of this story, so bear with me, please. So, I was at this person's place, you know, mining for gold, as one does, and without warning, the door just flies open. I panic a little too much, okay? So, that person was kind of thrown off the bed, per se, okay? And in that same moment, I decided to take a fighting stance. I was going to fight whatever was coming through that door. It was the dog. And it made deep soul eye contact with me. Was not comfortable. So I felt bad for throwing the person off the bed. But then they made fun of me for standing in my birthday suit, ready to fight a dog. So I didn't feel bad. And I don't like dogs watching or anyone watching.
Okay, first of all, I want to address the fact he called it mining for gold. Fucking genius. And then he got cock-blocked by the dog, to which then he was in his birthday suit, stark bollock naked, and was gonna fucking fight this dog. Squared up to the dog. Fucking brilliant. Not only that, threw the bitch he was fucking off the bed in absolute fear, and I don't know, I guess in like a protection attempt in case the guy was gonna shoot at her or something. Get down, Mr. President! No! Absolutely amazing story.
Okay, boom. Years ago, I had a partner. She didn't offer like that, like every now and again, but it was very rare. So she offered. So in my mind, I have to now because she doesn't normally ask. Well, either way, I've had a headache for a while. So I tried. I'm going at it. It felt like there was something in my head that was pulling. Like it almost felt like a cord. I know it sounds crazy, but once it snapped, half of my body went cold. I got really weak and I stopped. She jumped up and she's like, "Hey, what's going on?" She turns on the light and I burst a blood vessel in my eye and I was like shivering. So she held me and I shivered until I passed out, and then yeah, that happened. That entire side of my body was really weak for the next 3 days.
So, this is weird to say, but a very similar kind of thing happened to me one time. So I was at it, going at it with this girl, and then my nose like started bleeding, and it started like blood trickling down my nose. It turns out I popped a blood vessel as well, so I know how bro feels. But yeah, for his entire left side to like go cold and he just faints, falls down, that's absolutely mental. But it's good to know that she comforted him until he was better again. That's the kind of partner you need in life. I hope he went on to marry that bitch.
My hip cramped up so bad that the Charlie horse made me fall off the bed and I landed on her dog.
Oh man, he tried to get the dog involved. That's some kinky shit. Now seriously though, why does that guy's ears look like bat wings? Look, at the end of the day, when you fall off the horse, you gotta get right back on that motherfucker. You gotta keep going, man. Soldier on like a trooper.
Hey mom, you can not watch this one. So one time, I was laying in bed. It was after the deed had been done, and I looked down and I noticed a little bit of blood on my leg. Then I examined a bit further and I realized it was my own blood. And then I started panicking. Listen, men are disproportionately advantaged in many ways, one of them being we very rarely have to deal with our own genital blood, so it freaked me the fuck out. So then to ease the situation, my girlfriend at the time chimed in with, "Hey, my aunt's a nurse." So we then call her aunt so I can receive an over-the-phone prognosis for my dick blood situation, and she asked me very point blank, she goes, "Well, were you being kind of rough with her?" To which I responded, and then she goes, "Yeah, you'll be fine," and then hangs up the phone.
Oh my sweet Jesus. That's the worst. So, funny story, I actually know a guy who snapped his banjo during sex. That's a fucking crazy situation. And he said the same. He said there was blood fucking everywhere, and he just thought she was getting like really wet and shit. No. His penis was gushing. Not with the good stuff, but with blood. But he certainly did not call the girl's auntie to get a fucking diagnosis as to what was going on. This guy fucked up majorly. And then to realise there's actually nothing wrong and it'll just heal by itself. Fucking brilliant.
It was 9 a.m. on a Monday, freshman year. I was sick. Rode the bus to school. Walked over to her house. Her dad walked in mid-thrust.
You see, you're pretty much fucked. There's not much you can really do in that situation. The best you can probably say is we were practicing American football plays. Attention! Hut! Hut! Go! Go long, Mr. Johnson! Go long! Bro, honestly, could have been worse. He could have walked in right as you were finishing, and right as you turned to face him, you might have just covered him in a little bit. You know what I mean? That would have been terrible. I mean, that would have been a very, very awkward dinner table conversation now, wouldn't it?
Okay, all right, I got one. So I was having a threesome this one time, right? And so the guy that was hosting lived with his mom and his granddad, right? And in hindsight, that probably should have been my first red flag. The second being that he lived in the basement and did not have a door, he just had a curtain. So here I was, in a rotisserie, ass in the air, getting spit roasted like a bad bitch. This man was 9.5 inches deep in my throat, while this other guy was up to his nuts inside me, breaking my back like a wishbone, okay? And next thing I know, I hear footsteps coming downstairs, and then a woman saying, "Oh, sorry." Yeah, his mom walked in on us. Then this other dude told me later that he thinks that she's turned on by it, and I'm like, okay, well, this was fun.
Okay, that was the most traumatizing shit I have ever heard in my fucking life. Can I just say, the guy's description of what was going on was amazingly fucking disgusting. He said he was getting spit roasted like a fucking rotisserie chicken by two fucking dudes. And then his fucking mum, one of their mums walked in and then, "Oh, sorry." Like, she's not startled or shocked by that. I'd be fucking traumatized. My therapist would need a fucking therapist after hearing some shit like that. That's fucking mental. And I honestly think it's safe to say we saved the best till last, because that fucking disgraceful. They should all be ashamed of themselves. And thank God she wasn't turned on, because she might have just rolled up her sleeves and joined in or some shit. That was fucking insane. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I feel a little bit queasy, so I'm gonna have to leave it there. But I thoroughly hope maybe you enjoyed it a little bit more than I did, because that last one made me gip a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But with all those crazy experiences being said, I really hope you guys feel better about yours. I've been Rated R. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Please take care, and peace.